Hello again, it's Garsen, and today Minthara felt like taking the family, all of her ghoul friends out to the water. So let's enjoy a peaceful trip down by the docks. What's this? Uh-oh. Gang fight! It's the fun guys versus the fish dudes. Here we go. Alright, so let's go ahead, get our dryad going. We're gonna tangle them all up over here. Bam! Alright, got some entanglement. Take a step back. Minthara, put some spores down. Throw some shade. Alright. And then we can also use Halo of Spores. Start picking them off. Alright, too bad they're not humanoid. Oh, I can. Ooh, I can use old person. Well, let's get started. Yeah. Alright. Keep the dryad back in safety. No. Shoot somebody else. Somebody with like 4 armor class. Okay, you're paralyzed, so that sucks for you. What we'll do is we'll fly over here. Ooh, spooky. Big hits. Okay, so that worked phenomenally. I'll get you in a moment. Let's see who's entangled. You guys? Oh, I'm entangled now. Alright. Still got the hit. Nice. Alright. Start working on these guys over here. Woo. Get in that death ward. Oh yeah, there we go. Paralyze. Ooh, set him up. Set him up. Set him up. Alright, which one was that? I'm gonna move him out just a touch. Right over here so a zombie can come in. Finish him off. Nope. 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 No! But he's paralyzed. It worked. 2 paralyzed. We like that. We like that. Now we just need to make sure the zombies get over there. Excuse me, sir. I know you're raging, but I've got to meet your friend over here. Pop. Man. Hop on over here. Hop over these little guys. Come on, hit him and kill him. Yeah, we got a new friend. Yeah. This gang war is shifting in our favor. All right, let's see. Who wants to be our friend? You want to be our friend? Yeah, of course you do. Everybody wants to be part of the fun guy. Yeah. Come on. All right. Which means get some more entanglement over. I think that's good for now. I'll do that. Maybe some shilly dilly. Might as well walk up and get a free attack in. I love the dryad. It's so cool. Not the greatest attacker, but whatever. Let's see. Okay, so now let's do some more spore violence. Yeah, set them up. Yeah, max value over here. Some more spores. Yeah. Oh, we missed. Oh. Free attacks. Actually, should we like haste them next time? Yeah, probably. See if we can get this guy. Alright, and since you've got Zombo time, right? So I'll just hit you. Another buddy! Oh no, he was what the hell happened to him? He's just like, no. Alright, well, he didn't want to be our friend. That's not a big deal. Alright, who are we gonna work on next? Should we go? Yeah, we need to get a ghoul friend over here. I need a ghoul friend. Come on. Let's see. How about? Yeah, we can get one of you back there. Oh, there's the other ghoul. I was like, did we miss a ghoul? He's gonna get entangled, watch. Ah! Oh, he's not in the ward anymore. Aren't we all? Alright, get him. He's entangled. Come on! I raised the accuracy on that one. That's not fair. That's not fair. Okay, we'll still get it. We'll get the hit in. Come on. He's entangled. You can do it. Oh my god. I can't wait till we like incorporate a cleric in this. Still got the temp HP, so we're doing good. Alright. Here we go. Hit this guy. Aw, damn. Alright, come on. I believe in you, zombie. Succeed where others have failed. Okay, now it's a little less likely, but... Oh no! If only he had the undead ward. Alright, come on, we gotta get another hit in. We need a new friend. Come on. Just before you die. Oh, come on now. Tell you what. Maybe we can hold him down. Make it a little easier. Yeah. Put some more spores over here. Oh yeah, look at that 11 on a bonus action. I like that. And then let's weaken him a little bit. Can't run, can you? Ooh, got that 9 and the 6. Okay. Let's get that bone. No, no, no. I want you to go over here. Now you get an undead ward on that guy. Everybody should be covered in the radius. Okay. Don't hit him too hard. Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough, Dryad. Alright. Let's start... Yeah, we're good for now, right? Don't hit Minthara. You better keep that concentration. Like, there we go. Much better. Alright. You are going to absolutely obliterate him, so we can't do that. So come on over here, get started on Paralyze. Yeah. Oh. Come on. How about another Paralyzer? No. And another Paralyzer. Oh, he's dead. Well, that works too. No, not Fungal Zombie. Oh, oh. Oh. Come on, we need more friends. Paralyzer, yeah! Alright, guess what time it is? It's friend time. Alright, let's see. Can you even reach him? Yeah, hit him. Get him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, we got that undead ward now. Uh-oh, buddy. New friend. New friend. Yeah, new friend. Yeah, new friend. Yay, double. That's great. The Dryad really helps us out, man. Okay. Yeah, end his turn, end his turn. Hello? I don't have control over them. What? Come on. There we go. Okay. Alright, we need another friend, right? Let's see. Who else is left? There's you over here. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, let's get some more entangling vines down. Oh, got saved though. It's not a big deal. We'll just come over here and spore him. Give him the spores. I can't breathe. Oh, I can't breathe. There we go. The hell? Is he like immune now? What the hell happened to him? Did he take any damage? I'm confused. Oh, there we go. Okay, we got him working now. Wait, actually, Minnie, I need you to keep the ward. There we go. Alright. Stay over there. Oh, oh, he's hating it. He's like, screw this, I'm out of here. I don't blame you, but these guys can fly. Ooh. Creepy. He's starting to look like Isabel. Well, you won't be our friend, but that's okay. Maybe, just maybe, you'll be our friend. Yeah! Alright. Looks like it's time for one more friend, and then they all say goodbye. Yeah! Newborn zombie! Woohoo!
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And the fight's over. Alright, cool. Now we can enjoy fishing. Well, maybe not fishing, but, you know, we can enjoy the water. So, today, we're talking about Spore Druid, or, you know, continuation from the last one. But, here we go. Let's pull up the notes. Ta-da! So, part 2, Necromancy, the Circle of Spores, right? So, today we're going to just highlight a little bit more with the Necromancy stuff, but in conjunction to Circle of Spores. I'm actually going to roll back to earlier, so what we can do is kind of show a little bit more later on in the demo, or like a bit of a breakdown. But as always, you guys are fun guy. Literally the funniest joke I've ever heard. But seriously, thank you. I appreciate you for watching. We'll talk more about it later, but let's get right into it. Just right from last time, we're now talking about part 2. So we've already checked out the wizard subclass, the necromancy school. Now we're going to check out the druid subclass with a little bit of breakdown, right? This is also dedicated for a necromancer kind of style of play, as you can see from that demo there. We're back here. We've got all our dead bodies just in case we need to kind of look at the mechanics a little bit. But wizards versus sorcerers, right? How come no one ever talks about necromancers versus like spore druids, right? Like fungi versus necros, I don't know. But I'm not really here to exclaim who's better or worse or the best, right? I'm just here because, again, just like part 1, I think it's cool that there's variance. You do necromancer, or you can even spec into it like a dedicated 2 different spec subclasses, right? So we saw the wizard one. We're going to focus on the key differences with the spore druid here and what 12 levels gets us for just druid if we wanted to just be a pure druid. I've been having fun in an honor mode on stream for that, like, you know, shameless plug there. But also, what does druid bring into the equation overall? And of course, the obligatory. So, fungus? What about fungus? Well, in terms of gameplay, it seems a little more versatile when it comes to like the differences and what we saw there with the spore druid as opposed to like necromancy school, right? Druids themselves are pretty versatile, but we'll talk about them in a moment. There's also more about like spreading an infection for your army rather than just like preparing a bunch of ghouls and then going at it and then recharging, right? And we can always use that like staff that Gale did. I'm just trying to kind of give a contrast with the build as well to show you a little bit of the versatility. But I do like that you can use the wild charge mechanic repurposed into symbiotic entity, and we'll talk about what that is, right? But I like that you can still wild charge into all these shapes as a druid. It's just that it's cool that the subclass, just like the new Druid of the Stars or Circle of the Stars, also repurposes this. So I like stuff like that. And the action economy is something I'm always about. So you had like plenty of things you could do with your action, but you also could use your reaction as an attack. And later on, you can even use your bonus action as an attack. I didn't even show off the little special hay spores or whatever, but that's just more from the chess piece. Anyway, in terms of the fantasy archetype we were talking about in part 1, I do think the theme's awesome. Literally, when I first started this game, my friend picked a spore druid, and I was like, you can be what in this game? And I thought that was so cool. Definitely an original take. I know it is more from like Dungeons and Dragons, but it's still cool that it's in this game, so it's nice. Again, it's sort of, it's maybe a bad example, but it's like alt-rock for necromancers. It's a different take on it. It's cool, and it fits the whole nature, man. Yeah, druids, dude. Yeah, we're all about life and death and, you know, fungus. Yeah, sure. I think the theme's cool overall, right? And then as for the actual necromancy spells in the game, you are going to get things like Bone Chill for your cantrip, right? You are going to see Blindness. You know, that's a necromancy spell, like I was saying. It's not always the necrotic damage. You do get Blight. This does max damage on plants, which is pretty relevant to a druid, I guess. But this is pretty decent in Act 2, by the way. Animate Dead. Obviously, the crux of any necromancy build in this game, even if you don't take the subclass. And then Cloud Kill. Pretty decent spell, because you can keep recasting it every turn, and then it does, you know, I think double damage technically when you put it down, and then when they start their turn. And Contagion. Contagion is also a necromancy spell, and this can really screw people up if you land it, because there's like multiple effects like blinding sickness or seizure, or just some pretty nasty stuff for a level 5 spell, right? So necromancy right there. That's all the necromancies we get from the subclass, I believe. And the druid subclass itself, let's break it down for a moment. Okay, I'll try and highlight these in the game if possible. But Circle of Spores, you'll pick at level 2. You're giving up, obviously, the Moon Druid and the Land Druid, and the new Druid Circle of the Stars coming out in patch 8. But level 2, you're going to right off the bat get a Bone Chill cantrip, so you have a reliable necrotic damage, and it scales with your level 5 and then level 10, just like your proficiency, right? So it goes like 1d8, then 2d8, and now 3d8, and it does prevent healing. You do have an attack with your reaction. That's this little halo of spores. Okay, so you get this right at level 2. You can attack. You have to manually cast this, but it's going to blow your action or reaction resource. So you might want to make sure you have these set up correctly, or that you don't want to use these too often, because you're going to want to use your reactions for fungal infestations as well as this little halo of spores attack. So keep that in mind with the subclass, by the way. Okay, so cool versatility with your reaction as an attack, but you have to do this manually. It is a 1d4 and scales up as you level in the subclass. It's a short range. I think we saw it in the demo pretty well, but like It's not that short, right? I can hit anybody in this big circle, so it's not that short. But it is a Constitution saving throw, so if they have high con, like these guys don't always land because, you know, +7 is saving throws. Kind of sucks, but there's ways to deal with that, like if there's a prone or something on your team. And then it's not a spell, so it's not like it can be counterspelled or anything like that, although that would have been a good waste of counterspell for that. But there's something cool about this in conjunction with Symbiotic Entity, which is your new use for the wild shape charges. And let's make sure, early on you get 1 shape charge per short rest, I think, and then later on you get 2. It's a short rest resource. It's what you normally use for wild shapes, and you're not losing this. This actually gets better over any Druid build, but the thing is, it's repurposed to be used as Symbiotic Entity, and you almost never want to use the other thing, because these give you sort of like a temporary HP in that form. This also gives you a different form of HP, and then you get the necrotic damage and you get the Halo of Spores bonus. Alright, so what does it do? If you blow a wild charge, which means you can do this in combat, like I said, they come back on short rest, right? You're going to get 4 temporary HP per Druid level. So we have like 48 temporary HP at level 12 Druid, Spore Druid, okay? So while temporary HP remains though, you're going to find that you have more necrotic damage, 1d6, on your weapon attacks, right? And your Halo of Spores doubles up. So bonus 1d6 on your weapons, and Halo of Spores literally does 2 dice, so 2d8 now instead of 1, as long as you have the form's temporary HP is still on, and this lasts all the way to long rest. So if you have good armor class and never get hit by spells, you can retain this, but even if you get knocked out of it, you have 2 charges per short rest. Okay, really cool for level 2. I've definitely used this in multi-classes. Okay, so blindness at level 3 is learned just innately. Whoa, pretty crazy, right? Animate Dead level 5. Like I said, if you're going to play a Necromancer build, this is when you get it. And this is now something that will scale up, and I'll actually show that as we level up here. But you also get gaseous form for whatever that's worth. Turn into a gaseous fart, and that's cool. But level 6, your little Halo is now going to go up to 1d6 instead of 1d4, right? Fungal Infestation, this is the big one. This is what you saw in the demo. You can set this to a reaction, so that if you kill somebody, you can pop your reaction if you didn't blow it on Halo Spores, right? And then you can make a zombie. You get 4 charges of this per long rest. Keep that in mind, okay? So what it does is it raises a zombie from a corpse you just killed on reaction, or you can just manually use it if you already got corpses, you know, in your bag. See how we can just, you know, select anybody. Okay, so you can use this. Pretty cool that you can use it as a reaction in combat, though. And that might be the optimal way to use it instead of just charging in with 4 dead bodies. But yeah, also you only get 4 charges per long rest, although on a solo character this kind of sucks, but if you think about it, you can just have like a colony of Spore Druids on your team. 4 Spore Druids, no special gear, you all have 4 charges of this. That's a lot of zombies. That's kind of crazy. And then they make more zombies. How do they do it? When they land a hit, for 1 turn, the target will have a condition, and if they die with that condition by anybody else, and there's some weird caveats here with necro spells, but if they die with that condition, they'll create a newborn zombie like you saw. I actually want to highlight this just for fun. Let's switch over to this, and I'll give you this little media source. Okay. All right, and I'll stop talking. Like, check this out. Reference. I think this is, yeah. Okay, so just for reference, if we have to pull up a clip, look at this. We have the 4 main zombies still. 1, 2, 3, 4 fungals, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy's about to become a zombie right here because he's got the gnaw. Or, oh, okay, we need to gnaw him, right? Yeah, somebody come over here. Come on, team. Let's go make more friends. All right, come on. You can make the jump. You got long strider, right? You can get him. Make a friend. Oh yeah. Now it sucks because like, there we go. Alright, put that away. Okay, so as you saw with the little clip there, if a target dies with the thing, they'll create more, and it seems like you just keep creating them, right? I'll go over a little nuance with that too, but I figured you enjoy that clip to see how many zombies I could get from all those fish in the fight earlier. But as we move on, right, so level 7, you will get Blight, Like I said, does max damage on plants no matter what. It is a con saving throw. It is a necro spell, right? And you do get confusion. And then you get your Animate Dead. This isn't a subclass feature, but I just want to mention it since that's the point of the Necromancy, right? At level 7, you're also now capable to cast up to level 4, and Animate Dead scales up. For those of us wondering about leveling as a Necromancer, this is a boost. Not because of Blight so much, but Animate Dead is now getting 3 zombies instead of 1 summon, right? What I mean by that is obviously from the last video. If you just use a level 3, you can only raise 1, right? But if you use a level 4, you can now raise 3 targets, right? And it can be skeletons or zombies. Just regular zombies, not the fungal zombies that spread stuff. So it's not like this is adding to your Animate Dead skill. Try and keep those separated. Anyway, so level 9, you're going to get Cloud Kill. Like I said, not bad for a concentration spell. And as long as you're not fighting things resistant to poison or immune to it. And this is a pretty large radius. Like, look at that. It's pretty wild, right? So you can keep casting that down, especially if you have poison resistance. And your zombies, by the way, I guess we should notice that. Wizard can do Cloud Kill as well, but I forgot to kind of mention your zombies are actually resistant. And I guess I'll show you a little bit later. But zombies are like immune to poison damage, so you can just throw that on top of them while they're fighting everybody. It's like super annoying. Okay, so Animate Dead can now level up to level 5, which means you can finally get a ghoul or a flying ghoul. Okay, so you can have an option between ghoul or flying ghoul, but you can only make one, unlike the wizard subclass, right? And then at level 10. That means you can do 1 ghoul friend instead of the 3 zombies for the lower scaling. But at level 10, your halo now goes up to what you see here, the 1d8, which would mean when you have symbiotic entity, it's actually 2d8, and it's 2 separate dice roll. Something I want to point out. Okay, spreading spores. So what this does is while you have symbiotic entity form, you can use a bonus action to create a AoE cloud, area cloud of damage, and it'll do another, just like Halo Spores, it'll do 2d8 necro per turn while the target's inside, and it's usually at like the start of their turn, right? But you can keep repositioning it because it's not a spell, but like a spell, it's a Constitution saving throw, and I don't know what it means by you and your allies, but I know for a fact like it won't hurt me if I just cast it on myself. But I think last video we saw Gale get hit by this, and it's even showing him getting targeted, but I don't know. Maybe it actually doesn't hurt anybody on your allies. But the thing is, as a bonus action, you now have a pretty big AoE, like area damage, doing more necrotic stuff. So this is what I meant by like action economy is wild on this subclass, okay? And finally, again, not a subclass feature, but at level 11, your Animate Dead can now raise 3 ghouls instead of 1. So 1, 2, and 3, and that's what we would do, right? So, Druids, by the way, before we do a little bit more of a like showcase of how these features actually work, I do want to mention that Druids, unlike the Wizard, they use the Wisdom stat. And the thing about Wisdom versus Intelligence is it's a far more defensive value. This is not my opinion. This is just running through honor mode, and the game itself, you're going to get a lot of saving throws. And Wisdom, one thing I do like about Clerics and Hunters and Druids is like you're investing in Wisdom anyway, probably for your spell casting, but now you have defensive value in terms of your saving throws being higher because you already likely have proficiency in it. You didn't have to take a feat or anything like that. And you also get the bonus from having +5 from your Wisdom modifier is also added to that. So there's a lot of dangerous spells that can hit you, like Hold Person, I think, right? This is a Wisdom save, so you don't want to get hit by that. So like Gale here, well, I can't target allies, but this guy has not the greatest Wisdom, right? So only +1 to saving throws. So for the fact that I'm raising my spell save to be even able to cast this so well, but also nobody can use it against me, good value, right? And then also it's your spell casting stat, your spell attack stat. It's also dialogue value, not as good as charisma, but there is something there. And then if you value any of these proficiencies right here in Wisdom, there you go. You're also investing in them as well. But they are, I still get this terminology wrong. Someone please correct me. Known casters, prepared casters. I think I keep getting it wrong. But the way it works is you learn all your spells as a druid, and then you just choose them. And the subclass gives you already prepared spells. So you have all these already, no matter what. And then if you say don't need Greater Restoration, but one Sunbeam, you can just put it back on, right? Pretty obvious stuff. Just in case you didn't know, Druids already know all their spells, and so out of combat you can prep or swap as you need them, take what you need, given on the situation. I know for the Sharon fight, you would want to take daylight, right? So you could have that swapped out when you need it. You can still wild shape, like I said, you still get wild shapes as you level up your druid, and they get improved attack. In fact, let's look at that real quick. So, around like level 5, I think, you get wild strike. Think of this as bonus attack for fighters or paladins, right? But any druid is getting this, right? And then you get improved wild strike, I think, at level 10, maybe at level 11. So fighter gets their second extra attack. That's 3 attacks total at level 11. Any druid, as long as they're willing to use their wild shape, not their druid, not their spore thing, but when you go like a wolf or an owlbear, you do get a benefit from that. Not to mention those, I think, scale with your level anyway. So you can always, you're versatile. What can I say? Druids are just really good. And there is the unique level 7 summon. Level 7 gives you a level 4 spell slot. And you can now use the Dryad, which you saw in the demo. You can see why I value it. It's really cool. They can cast Spike Growth, and they can cast a little Entanglement, and they give you a little poison resistance around you, so even more reason to use Cloud Kill, like Reckless Abandon. Okay, so overall they're obviously very versatile, and we'll just move along, because by level 12, you would have a level 6 slot, which means you can get those high-powered, like, maxed out ghoul animate dead right here, right? So that's pretty important. You have Arcane Recovery, or not Arcane Recovery, what am I talking about? That's a wizard. Boop, get it out of here. So you would have Bone Chill, not Vampiric Touch, Blight, you don't have Create and Dead, you can't make mummies, you don't have Circle of Death, and you don't have an Eye Bite. So, I forgot to update that. Whoopsie. Alright, so level 6 spell slot, Bone Chill, Blight, and of course you have a bunch of other druid spells, and the Dryad, and so on and so forth, right? So, the biggest thing there is the level 6 spell slot, because you are a pure caster. Alright, what about when it comes to druid, like spore druids, is there any like specific gear? Alright, not really. There's no real like spore druid stuff. Obviously I'm using the gloves here for this build, just to add a little more necrotic damage. Okay, necrotic stacking. But in terms of unique spore gear, maybe I'm wrong, let me know if there's anything out there. There is the haste spore grenades, but you don't need to be a spore druid to use that, just like you don't need to be a spore druid to use this. The only real benefit here is specifically this does kind of fit the mold when it comes to spore druids, and it says while you are imbued with symbiotic entity, you can use these 3 spores. There's a haste one, there's a little poison one, and there's a little, you know, tin mask one. Okay, so this is pretty nice armor, because it does give you, let's just put it up on the screen while we look. There we go. See, always wants to mess with me. All right, pull it over here, put this up on the screen. So you look at that, I'll just break it down for you. 13 armor class as a light armor, full dex armor class because of light armor. So with that, 13 base, and then my 16 dexterity, I have 16 armor class. Okay, so it's 13 plus 3 here. Okay, and then you get your bonus spell DC, but it's not spell attack, it's just spell DC. Okay, but you do get bonus necro damage on any source of necro damage. Sometimes that makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. See how it says here, I have different instances of necro damage. Sadly, it only give me 1. Some reason, Halo Spores is considered 2 separate dice, right? So it'd be 1 more damage and 1 more damage. Kind of cool bonus right there. But yeah, there was a time where this used to be absolutely busted as hell. It was ridiculous. You could just keep equipping, unequipping with the... Since you're hasting yourself with this, right? You would just haste the party in a circle like this. You and Gale and everybody would be hasted in here. You would just blow your action to put this thing off, like take it off and put it back on, and you would just get all these refreshed. Yeah, they fixed that. So you could just keep hasting, you and the group. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely stupid. And the nice thing about Spore Haste is that Spore Haste does not give you lethargy, even though it's only a 1-turn haste. Now it's just a nice little long rest, icing on the cake for the rest of the armor. Anyway, enough about that armor. Are there any Spore events? Like, you know what Gale gets? No, not really. There's just the Myconids and the Underdark, obviously. Again, I might be wrong. I think I've done a lot, just about everything in this game, so I don't think I'm missing anything specific to Spore Druid. Maybe some dialogue stuff that's fun. But yeah, there's Myconids. Personally, in the stream, I've been playing as a Dweogar that's infected by fungus, and that's the actual character, and the Dweogar is just a dead body we're using. Okay, so let's just get into the pure Druid example. This is Manthara. Let's take a look at her build and, you know, totality here. So alert, you know that I always value this because of the high initiative and not being surprised. Pretty good on a main character especially. +2 wisdom. Obviously, we want to get the 2 extra wisdom to get up to 19. So we start with 17, get to 19, and then we'll use Khalid's amulet. This is Jaheira's like husband's amulet. You get in Act 3, you can get it pretty quickly if you have Jaheira. So that gives you 1 more to go to 20, but not necessarily the best amulet, and you can always use the Hag. There's the Cloud Giant Elixir, because I think as a Necromancer in general, but also for like the necro damage you do, this is a great combo right here. Cloud Giant Strength, 27 Strength right there. Does really well with the Titan String Bow. Okay, so you're going to carry dead bodies around. You might as well have some strength. Pick up all these guys. How many can I pick up right now? Because of the 27 strength. Right, and you can use the, what the hell? Oh, door. Door. 1, 2, 3 full-size bodies while carrying some other stuff, right? So as a Necromancer, just a little thing we'll talk about in another video, you might want to be able to carry some dead bodies. Maybe some gnomes, maybe some goblins. A little lighter, but they all count as dead bodies you can use. So for melee choices, for actions, what is it? Oh, for melee, I really just chose like armor class. There's also the stylish Mercolite Scourge, so even more necrotic damage when you hit somebody in the face with your weapon. But yeah, it's really just more spell save DC, armor class, advantage on saving throws. The bow was a specific choice because, like I said, we're going to get +8 on the piercing, but also +8 on the Arrow of Ilmater. Any elemental damage arrow gets a +8 from the Titan String Bow to the element. It's just a weird way that works. Okay, and then there's the symbiote damage, right? So look, 1 arrow gives us that much extra damage from the necrotic. That's pretty cool. Plus, we don't even see the +8 damage to the piercing and the necrotic. So for a single action attack, that's actually pretty good value. And then of course, arrow of many targets is also pretty good value too. Okay, so we also have the boner circle. We have the bone circle of bones. I was trying to show off a little bit last time, but this is actually built for it. This gives resistance, magical and physical, in a 20-foot radius. I think it's a lot bigger than 20-foot radius. I might be wrong, but it also gives you a free animate dead, but you can't scale this up, so it's not the best. If you're just out of spell slots, hey, it's something. But yeah, this is because my fungal zombies are pretty squishy, keeps all my summons alive. Sadly, it doesn't affect the Dryad, right? The bonus spores from the chest piece, I was just talking about these. These used to be busted, especially the haste one, but you know, in one fight, you'll have a bonus little haste spore. That's good. Good spell attack, definitely, with 20 wisdom. We have 19, and even spell attack is pretty good too, but not crazy. Of course, you could always use the Necromancy staff on this build too. I'm just trying to show off a different build. Good armor class, definitely good armor class. Okay, which is great because if you're trying to hold armor, like concentration, you don't want to get hit, so on and so forth. Trying to keep that temporary HP up, and good saving throws. Like I said, comes back to wisdom, but we also have advantage right here for dexterity, and we just have good saving throws in general. +5 with advantage, right? +4, +11, kind of cool. Okay, so decent saving throws right there, and high initiative. So we'll probably start the turn first, which is always good. Bonus necro damage on gear. Like I said, that's why I picked these 2 choices. Extra necro damage there, and on average like 2 right there. Always get a card to play. So what I mean by that is your actions, you could do bone chill, you can do spells, like hold person, big value. If you're getting hold person, tons of value for, you know, all your summons to go beat up somebody and create new zombies. Definitely a good combo there. Melee, bow, and you're still going to have a card to play with your bonus action. You can either use spores, heal yourself, any number of things with that, haste potion, right? Reaction, right? So zombos, you can make some zombos out of reaction, which we'll demonstrate in a moment. And if you run out of your charges for your reactions there, you can still use your reactions with the Halo of Spores, even if you don't have any more symbiotic entity, but it'll naturally be twice as strong with that, right? And they're druids. They just have tons of spells to meet the occasion. Honestly, I can't believe this class is so undervalued. It's crazy. Okay. As a Necromancer, though, remember, they do have Animate Dead. We'll make 3 ghouls, or if we wanted the other choices. We do have Dryad support as a little, like, flavorful option for our Necromancy as a Druid. We can do the fungal zombies on reaction, or bring them in if we want to with dead bodies. And of course, if they get the little effect and we kill somebody, they create a new zombie. The new zombie, though, I want to talk about this in a second, but let's just get back to some action, and we'll have everybody kind of cheese off in a second. Here we go. Gale, go over here. And Shadowheart, go over here. You guys all hide in the corner. This isn't for you. Okay. So they'll sit over here. Group up, but not Minthara. Okay. And then we'll hide them over here. So bear with me. Get a new save going right here. Okay. So like I said, you probably want to start off with some ghouls, because any Necromancer build can do this, as long as they have enough spell slots, right? And we got... Oh, I got the wrong ghouls, but whatever. We'll make one fungal zombie, just to show you, like, of course, you can always just make one out of a dead body. Okay? But as we kill people, this guy might make a new zombie, or if we miss our chance with that, we can always use a reaction to make a regular zombie. But the newborn zombies don't stick around like these do, okay? And you only have 4 charges of them, so try to remember that. Okay, here we go. So, what should we do? What should we do? Let's hold person and make this really nasty. Yeah. Oh, hey, alright. I'll take that. There we go. Let's get a crit. And boom! I sure did. Okay, and let's a slapper. Oh, whew. Okay, that guy is dead. We'll leave him for our friend, the zombie boy. Okay. Ah. Stay there. Good job. No, don't throw it at me. Oh, yeah, there you go. You're not saving him. He's my friend, not yours. Okay. So, opportunity attack, that's fine. We'll just jump and avoid that. And this should kill him. But if not, we'll get a free hit regardless. If you can guarantee the hit, because this guy sucks at accuracy. So, bam. I'm not going to do that because he creates a zombie on his own, right? So it was a little too fast because we didn't see the effect. But, like I said, if he can get the hit, right, then he's going to get a condition on him. And then if he dies with that condition, he'll turn into a zombie. But you can even see... if I didn't have the condition and somebody died, you can use your reaction and get a kill. Now, I don't control the new zombie, little newborn zombie, okay? But he's great fodder, and guess what? He can also spread the virus. Oh, and he takes a little damage every turn too, so that's dumb. Alright, once again, just horrible, horrible person, hold person, and we can do things with... So even though we blow our hold person action, right, we can still get this, right? And I'll actually hide this real quick. I don't know why I need to show you this. It's just my quirk, right? So, remember I was talking about the chest piece, right? It's not the best choice for a chest piece, but if like you're picking up gloves and you're telling me a 1d4 fire for on average like 2 damage, I just want you to know this affects all necrotic damage, and it has some weird interactions like, hey, this just did 2 damage on my Halo of Spores, right? It did a 1d8 and another 1d8. I don't know why. It's 2 separate rolls now, so that's 2 extra damage from the chest piece, right? So I don't know why I need to show you that, but I did. Okay, but yeah, just one of those quirks I wanted to share with you. And here we go. Even with my bonus action, we use my reaction, we use my action. I always got a card to play. So while he sits there hating life, I can still throw down spores, even in the vicinity of my allies here, right? And even though they did a roll, it didn't really affect them, so we're good. Okay, so now we'll go ahead. This guy's already paralyzed. What we'll do is let our zombie friend get a slap. Guaranteed. Alright, and now you'll see that he has the crawling condition, crawling gnaw. So if we kill him now, he will auto become a zombie. Okay, and that means I don't have to blow my reaction, so I'll just use this. And let's go see if we can piss somebody else off. Alright, Murphy, come over here. The fact that I know your name is very bad. Okay. Okay, and now that he has the condition, he's also paralyzed. Insta crit, insta hit, newborn zombie. Great. Now we have new fodder. And as long as they're staying within me, what do they got? They have resistance to piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning. Okay, same with the new guy. Alright, family grows. Here we go. Come over here, line up. I can't control him, so he'll just do his thing. He'll probably piss off everybody in there, but that's fine. We'll just use the magic of reload. Alright, and like I said, while we're sitting back here, we can just do fun stuff like, hey, come on, what are you doing up there? Alright, bring him down here for now. Let's go. Come on. Come on, Murphy, get out of the cloud. There you go. Alright. Ow. Okay, so I'm not going to have him attack, but he's going to attack. Let's see if he gets it. Okay, so he missed, naturally. Probably died just from, like, yeah, a little bonus damage there. Okay, but, like I said, if we end up killing him, even if he doesn't have that gnaw, as long as we have a fungal charge, let's go ahead and see if we can land this again. Have all the boys come over. Yeah, again. I love family. It's about family. It's about family. Alright, so on reaction, I can just make a zombie. And then that zombie can make more zombies, and so on and so forth. Woohoo! Yeah! Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me. Okay, so I think that does a pretty clear demonstration of all the little features, especially how I built it. And I just have the versatility of, like, I can use weapons, I get pretty strong arrow emators, right? What I do want to comment on is it seems like certain things like Blight or Bone Chill, or maybe it's the Ilmater effect where they can't heal, will actually block the zombie from re-rising as an undead. I might have that wrong, but I want to mention it because it happens like way too often and might really be frustrating when playing this or any other Necromancer, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so, coming back, come here, Gil. Come here. Come out of hiding spot. No. Come here. It's okay. They're coming to you, I guess. Alright, so let's take a look at these two real quick. Just because, you know, like I said, there's a bit of their differences, their similarities, right? So Wizards versus Druids, not here to make a statement about who's best. These are definitely good options if you're already going for Necromancer. Don't have to be these, but why wouldn't you? Or at least, like, mix them together, because we'll talk about that too. But, like, Wizard seems to be more backline focused, and you prepare your summons, you prepare your, like, last video, I made all the zombies first, and then you can enhance that even further with more stupid stuff like Danse Macabre, the Shadow, all that stuff, right? There's also, like, the bonus summons, so it does have a leg up in terms of, like, Spore Druid and other Necromancers, because at level 5 you get your 1 zombie, level 6 you get your subclass feature, which then, from then forward, when you're using Animate Dead, you get more HP on these guys, which they really need it, goddamn. But also you get a bonus one, so you're amplifying your numbers pretty greatly for just every level if you look at it, right? You also get the Mummy for a level 6 spell slot. It was Create Dead. This does not override Animate Dead, so that's a nice value there. And then you do have wizard spells and scrolls. You can just technically have more spells, but I was kind of referring to the Circle of Death, Vampiric Touch, different ways to build or utilize this, right? I don't want to say that this staff is exclusive to wizards or even better on a wizard. Just know that, you know, this is also an option for any Necromancer build here. But yeah, they have that HP recovery as opposed to Druids, right? So kind of keep all that stuff in mind, because seems like these guys are actually a little bit more geared towards mid or even close range, right? I can wield a shield, but beyond any other mixes, multis, and races, just on their own, they can wear a shield, medium armor, gets you this high armor class. They have some proficiencies, otherwise you can blow a feat on Weapon Master like I did if you really need to. Like, they already have pretty much everything they need, and they can get in close. And when you think about it with the symbiotic entity, you're getting all your healing. You're not healing from spells, but you're getting temporary HP, and you get these on recharge, short rest. You can just blow 2 of them. Like, yeah, I mean, anyway, it just seems like they can get in close, and then it's very fun to multi-class just that, like, symbiotic entity on its own. But then there's the necrotic damage bonus as opposed to the necrotic damage resist. Okay, there's the temporary HP as opposed to the HP recovery. There's the area spell. If you're investing this far into it at level 10, right? The spell, like I said, can't be counterspelled though, because it's just a class action. Then there's the medium armor shields. The wisdom saving throw is objectively, I'm not going to say wisdom's a better stat, but objectively this is, on a defensive value, a better stat overall for saving throws. There's the shilly stick. If you didn't want to do what I did, I don't know why you wouldn't. You kind of went strength, unless you've got like a pack mule to carry dead bodies for you. But yeah, the shilly dilly. So shilly dilly makes your wisdom on maces and quarterstaffs as your attack and accuracy rather than strength or dex. So you have that, especially early game. This is very valuable. And then action economy. I told you, like I said, I value something like that, but if just for mentioning it, like you always had a card to play, and even for actions you could do spells or attacks or cantrips or whatnot. If you want to spec into it, you can have, for very little resources, you can get access to like arrows and do it pretty well. The reactionary viral attributes of the fungal zombies really gives it a different spin and approach. And then you have the dryad support. I really think the dryad is such a freaking value for druids, and it's, again, kind of crazy people don't know about this or don't value druids. I don't know. It's like one of the least played classes. Anyway, also, back to you guys. Awesome comments, as always. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching the video. We'll get to that. But I did get a recent comment from the last video, so I just want to clarify this. Obviously, I totally agree, like looking at things at their max level isn't always the most beneficial thing, but here's what I'm trying to do with this series. I want to try to see how these measure up, not just for you. I kind of want to, like I said in the first video, I haven't played Necromancy truly. So right now in the stream, I'm playing a Spore Druid, and I'm trying to see how this measures up while I play that. I also want to kind of see how Necromancer, or maybe some contrarian option like, you know, Warlock, or maybe how Oathbreaker would do it, or where would they blend on a team, maybe do a whole Necromancer team or theme team. But yeah, how do these measure up, and where is my roadmap? Like, I don't think that's too bad to look into, but I don't, you know, I appreciate the comment for one, but it was basically like, I think it's kind of useless to look at level 12. It's like, yes and no, but if you really needed to know, here's something just before we really break it down in another video. Level 5 seems to be where any necromancy really starts, right? With the summon, animate dead, right? And level 6 benefits from the subclasses. If you really want to hone in on it, you should use something like Spore Druid or Wizard up to that level, and you get major benefits at that point. Then you can go multi-classing or keep diving into it or looking for specific gear. So I really don't think these examples are really showing, like, I think we're showing the big points here, and then I'm sure you can navigate it yourself, but don't worry, I am going to talk a little bit more about leveling up in the next video, okay? But yeah, animate dead seems to be the scaling and what you're really going for, whether you do these subclasses or not. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. Next up, though, we're definitely going to talk about Oathbreaker, it's Shadowheart over here, and the Warlock, which is my little silly contrarian experiment for making a Warlock. And I got to say something about this and this real quick, and we'll talk about it in the video, but it seems like Death Domain is really taking over this thing's niche, and it seems like Death Domain also is taking over what I tried to do here, so I'm excited about that. Go check the Death Domain video out, but also I'll show you that stuff, and maybe, don't worry, hold your horses, we are going to show Danse Macabre, obviously. If you don't know what that is, get ready, because this takes like necromancy a little bit further to the insanity. And the Abyss Beckoners really help out Danse Macabre and ghouls in general. And then there's also the talk about multi-classing and so on. Woo! Alright. Anyway, our sponsor, it's you. I appreciate you for watching. We're getting pretty close to 500, so I just want to do a big thank you for you guys, or to you guys for getting me that close to that little milestone. So thank you for watching. Obviously, I'm doing a Spore Druid on the current honor mode run on stream, so I'll check you out there if you don't mind watching or want to see how this levels up, by the way, okay? All right, so that's going to do it for today. I'll check you guys out on the next one.